Minister.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I congratulate my honourable friend, the member for Aylesbury, and my honourable friend, the member for Buckingham. The honourable member for Aylesbury has made a compelling case for the Spur in this debate, and he's done well to secure this debate on transport in his constituency and on his informative speech on the potential for East West Rail services to serve Aylesbury in the future, and outlined the fantastic attractions that exist in his county town and constituency. He is obviously a strong advocate for a place that he truly loves. And I do actually thank him for his kind words about the East West Rail project. I feel lucky in this instance that I'm the sponsor minister for a railway that people want, rather than a railway that others do not. I've listened carefully to my honourable friend's representations about the importance of East West Rail to his constituency, and will try to address many of them now. As my honourable friend knows, in January this year, the government demonstrated its commitment to supporting national and regional connectivity by announcing £760 million of funding to deliver the next stage of East West Rail between Bicester and Bletchley, reinstating direct rail services for the first time since the 1960s. This funding highlights the crucial underpinning role which East West Rail will play in supporting government ambitions for the Oxcam arc. It's part of our nationwide commitment to build back vital connections and unlock access to jobs, education and housing. Alongside this important step forward, the design, development and delivery of this and future stages of East West Rail was changed. Instead of delivering East West Rail in sections, Western and Central, East West Rail will be delivered in what is called connection stages. Connection Stage 1 represents delivery of the scheme up to Bletchley and Milton Keynes. Connection Stage 2 will take East West Rail further east from Bletchley to Bedford. And Connection Stage 3 will deliver a brand new railway between Bedford and Cambridge. I do understand my honourable friend's concern and the concerns of his constituents that the proposed spur connecting Aylesbury with Milton Keynes, which previously formed part of the western section, is not included as part of the three main connection stages. That does not mean that the Aylesbury Spur will not go ahead by any means. But it is important that a strong economic case can be made for proceeding with this element of the East West Rail scheme, and that a reliable rail service can be introduced without jeopardising existing services. As we level up our economy, I look to my right honourable friend to marshal the support and resources of the organisations in his constituency. The government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic has placed a great strain on finances and led to many difficult decisions having to be made on the prioritisation of resources that meet the levelling up agenda. Through partnership funding and regional commitment, I believe that a much stronger case can be made to deliver East West Rail services to Aylesbury. And to match this regional commitment, my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State for Transport, and I have instructed our officials in the department to include financial provision for design and delivery of the Aylesbury Spur as part of the comprehensive spending review, which will take place later in this year. As my honourable friend will appreciate, there will be many competing demands from a wide variety of schemes as part of the process. Boosting the available funding through local contributions will make the Aylesbury Spur an even more attractive proposition. And as Rail Minister, I will continue to ensure that the East West Rail Company are working hard with their own stakeholders to drive down costs and make the strongest possible case for the scheme to be delivered in full. If we can work together to find a way to deliver the Aylesbury Spur of East West Rail, it will build upon the investment already made by this government in my honourable friend's constituency. This includes funding for the Stocklake and Aylesbury Eastern Link roads to support crucial housing development in the area. £170 million worth of funding has been awarded to Aylesbury's Housing Infrastructure Fund bid. And Aylesbury has benefited too from the Rural Mobility Fund. This demonstrates the government's commitment to investing in Buckinghamshire, both through infrastructure and public transport, in supporting their growth ambitions. As my honourable friend may be aware, East West Rail Company is currently undertaking a non-statutory consultation on the future direction of the scheme, and I would urge my honourable friend and his constituents to respond to this too. So I hope in closing that I have kept the door open as far as I possibly can without treading on the heels or toes of my Treasury colleagues. But I very much hope to be working with my honourable friend on completing the Aylesbury Spur as we move forward in this Parliament.